The Pacific Ocean is bigger than we think. Even if a hole is drilled across the Earth in the Pacific Ocean on the coast of Chile, it will still come out in the Pacific Ocean on the other side of the Earth. It is spread over a total area of 165 million square kilometers. You will be surprised to know that our world's total dry land area is spread over only 148 million square kilometers, which means that if we remove the other 4 oceans and only talk about the Pacific Ocean, then it alone is much larger than all the mountains, deserts, forests, and islands of our entire world. The biggest thing is that there are only a few islands in this entire ocean, and they are so small that they are just a dot in comparison to the Pacific Ocean. No human has ever set foot on these islands. That is, if we talk overall. If a person gets lost in the Pacific Ocean, then the chances of finding them are almost nil. But today you will know the real story of a person who got lost in the Pacific Ocean on his small boat. And this is not only for 10 or 15 days, but for an entire 438 days. This world record of spending the most days alone at sea was created by a man named José Salvador Alvarenga. But the question is, how did he survive alone in the sea for 14 months? Before that, we will understand why he went into the ocean. In 2012, in a small village of Costa Azul in Mexico, there lived a man named José Alvarenga. He was 36 years old at that time and an expert fisherman. On 17th of November 2012, José left for fishing with a friend on his small boat. Their plan was to spend only 30 hours in the sea, which is why there was not much luggage on their small boat. There was only an engine and a refrigerator in which they used to store fish. How did José know that the next 438 days were going to be the worst days of his life? They went 120 kilometers off the coast of Mexico and set their net in the sea, but at that very moment a fierce sea storm arrived. To save their life, they left the fish net there and ran back towards the sea at full speed. After driving the boat at a constant high speed for 6 hours, at 7 o'clock in the morning, they were only 20 kilometers from the shore and could see their village. They had left the storm far behind, but now their luck had stopped working. Their engine broke down only 20 kilometers from the coast. They neither had a paddle nor a sail to control the direction of the boat, but they had a radio through which they sent their location to their boss and started waiting for his reply. But while waiting for their boss's reply, the battery of their radio also died, and now these 2 fishermen had lost contact with the outside world. José and his partner were still in shock when suddenly something unexpected happened. Strong winds started pushing them back towards the sea, and the only shore they could see was slowly moving away from them. As the days passed, it was considered very difficult for José and his companion to escape. It was only 5 days after the accident that winds pushed José's boat 450 kilometers from the coast. They had reached a part of the ocean where only water was visible in every direction. He knew that his boat was so small that it could not be spotted even from a distance. Neither did they have a flare gun, nor could they send a signal through the smoke of a fire. It was clear that the chance of José and his companion surviving was now less than 1%. The food they had brought had already been exhausted, so to fill their stomachs, they started catching the birds with their hands that came and sat on their boat. They also started catching fish around their boat and eating them raw. Drinking the salty water of the sea can kill a person, so they started collecting rainwater in plastic bottles floating in the sea. When there was no rain for several days, they began drinking the blood of fish and turtles to quench their thirst, but only when they were able to catch them. Days passed, and then months passed. It is difficult for us to even imagine the mental torture these 2 were going through. Ultimately, José Alvarenga's partner could not bear this torture, and after 4 months he committed suicide. Now, on this small boat, José had no one to talk to, and he began to live his life alone in this ocean. If we look at a map, then according to estimates, José was now in this part of the Pacific Ocean, which is considered the quietest part of the world. It had been more than 6 months since he left the coast of Mexico, and during this time Jose had also lost his companion. Due to this, he had become very frustrated. One day, Jose saw a cargo ship passing in the distant sea. He was seeing a ship for the first time in the last 6 months, and upon seeing this, his hope of staying alive started rising again. Jose made all kinds of signals towards the cargo ship, but unfortunately the ship's staff did not see this little boat, and within no time his hopes of survival were dashed once again. Imagine fighting with death every day in the middle of the ocean. When you see a hope to save your life and the next moment it is gone, how would you feel? After 11 months, Jose had traveled 8,000 kilometers in this small boat. His clothes were torn, and only one undervest was left to protect him from the sunlight. Finally, the moment came when fate was kind to him. It was in January 2014, after 14 months, when Jose saw coconuts floating in the water. He realized that an island was near where the coconuts were breaking from the trees and floating in the water. After some time, he actually started seeing an island. He was afraid that he might miss this island too, so he jumped into the water and made his way to the island. In the last 14 months, it was the first time Jose had set foot on land. He saw a small beach house with some people there. For the first time in the last 438 days, Jose had contact with another person. This island was a remote island in the Marshall Islands called Ibon Atoll. This island is 11,000 kilometers away from Jose's starting point. It was also his luck that he came as close to an island as a small dot in the ocean. Otherwise, if Jose had missed this island too, his next stop would have been the Philippines, which is 5,000 kilometers away from Ibon Atoll. From there, he was sent back to his home. However, as soon as he reached home, another problem surrounded him. Yes, upon returning, Jose published a book called 438 Days, but a case was filed against Jose, accusing him of killing his partner, the same partner who, as Jose told, had committed suicide. I hope you will like and share this video of past journey. Thanks for watching, and good luck.